Welcome to the interactive body balance radio show for health and fitness tips.
Well, here we go. Welcome back to Interactive Body Balance Radio. I'm your host, Mike Dace again. Thank you guys for joining our show today from around the world, where we talk health, fitness, nutrition, and functional medicine. Of course, we throw in some personal development because that's super important for anything you're doing to become, better than you were and where you want to be. All right, today, September 4th. It's crazy. Labor Day is tomorrow, and then back to school for so many kids. I know my kids. What a summer it's been, folks. We just got back from traveling last night. So many great places, to hotels and beaches and fairs, and it's just great. Now, getting ready for this last, section of the year. I always say in the corporate world, business from Labor Day to Christmas just flies by. You're doing so much work, so many business deals, and just it's crazy. And then the kids, of course, are in school. Our kids, as you guys probably know, they're into hockey and horses and martial arts. They do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu and swimming now. Now Ukrainian dancing. It's going to be pretty incredible. All right, with all that I say, because family is number one, and it is so important, and family and friends and spending all that great time and doing those things you love is what's important. Today's show, I was brainstorming, saying, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to discuss today? We've done hundreds of shows, and my guess is well over 300. I don't know how many episodes, but so much. But what am I getting a lot of, right, in practice? What are people emailing me about? What's going on? What's the topic of the day, the topic of the month, the topic of the year? I think you guys know what it is, but that's great to know that, C19 has been an issue for many people. What we're finding is a lot of people with C19 either catching it or having long-standing issues or just not feeling the same, let's just say weeks and months later. Something happened where they're just not the same, right? So they call it long, COVID. They call it, long issues, just so many terms. I got to watch what I say here on the podcast, right, folks? Because if you say a certain word and they don't agree with it or whatever it may be, it gets flagged. And there's nothing here that's controversial. There's nothing here that's odd. This is our opinion. This is what we see. This is how we help people. And people know we've been doing this for so many years, helping people with chronic issues to get better and be a top performer and live an optimal life. So how are we helping people? Or how would we go about helping somebody who just hasn't felt the same in the last 2 years? And I say this because something went wrong. They're not the same. They got lingering pain in their legs, lingering shortness of breath, menstrual irregularities, brain fog, so many issues. It's incredible. So how do we help them? All right. As always, I got to get to the root of the problem. And I'm going to explain a little more depth today, I think, because I think you guys deserve that. You deserve a little more depth and a little more, understanding. So we got to test, right? So I'm going to look at stuff. I'm going to run some labs on your immune system. We're going to look at this. In Canada, you can get this done for free. You go to your doctor, give me a, complete CBC, complete blood count. Look at certain measurements of your blood. Hemoglobin, red blood cell count, mean cell hemoglobin, so MCH, red blood cell distribution, white blood cell count, platelet count. You can look at neutrophils, so WBC neutrophils is white blood count, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, basophils, you guys name it. Look at your immune system, and I can decipher what's going on by looking at that. I look at ratios. I look at, just certain trends in that blood. Look at your immune system. What is it showing? When I get people who have had COVID or during COVID, these things are a little off. You can imagine the CBC's off. But then I look at it over time and see how is it compared, right? It's important. So get that run. Let's see what the data says. Gut health, I've been talking about this for years, so you guys can imagine what is going on with your gut. Are there other issues going on with your gut? Do you have, certain mechanisms that are now dysfunctional or having concerns? Again, I've talked about it so much, I don't even want to say, but parasites, viruses, abnormal bacteria. Look at the gut health. Now, here's a couple new ones for you guys, but we look at these too, right? So if you want to see what is going on with your mineral and vitamin status, so we can look. What do your minerals look like, right? What do your vitamin numbers look like? This is important. Are they off, right? Look at this daily. And you look at calcium and magnesium and sodium and potassium. and iron and manganese and zinc and selenium and phosphorus. It's just so many, folks. This is what we do. We want to see what is going on with your minerals and vitamins. And this dovetails into organic acids and looking at pathways and different to make sure they're not obstructed. But this is all data. We can see the data if you're out of balance. Also what we'll do is we'll look at the toxic load in the body. What's going on? There's different tests you can run, ARL, there's HTMA, there's different labs you can run for this. And we've talked about it before, I believe, on at least 2 or 3 shows. But what are some of the metals like in your body? Any lead, any mercury, any cadmium, arsenic, aluminum? What is going on in your body? Do you have overload? Toxic load in the body can cause issues for people, right? So we have to look for these deficiencies and these abnormalities. Once we have the data, we can then proceed with, obviously, on how to fix you and make you feel better, right? It seems kind of straightforward, but without the data, how do you know what you're going for, right? You need to steer that ship. And if it could be one thing or the other, right? It could, like I said, it could be an immune system issue. It could be a mineral issue. It could be a vitamin issue. It could be a toxic load issue. Your gut, you could have some things going on in your gut that you want to eradicate. All of these data points play into your health. So test for it, folks. You don't have to test for us. We're so busy right now. It's unbelievable. So we have a waiting list, as you can imagine. But you can go to any functional medicine practitioner. You can go to any doctor that you trust and value to just see what is going on with my body to get the data points. Then when we do that, what do? You build some plans. So you build a protocol. You build a food plan. How should I eat to support these issues? Right? Do you need something? Do you need more of something? Do you need less of something? We get into this. It's very individualistic, specified, so it's precision, as I've said so many times before, nutrition. What about, do you need a supplement plan? That looks at, as I said, the brain, looks at the metals, the immune system, the gut. Where do you need to balance yourself out to feel better? You get lots of it from real food, and we talk about, like, we can give you stuff that's in your food, so, help with your hormones, help with, selenium, whatever you're off, we can help with food. But supplements matter, especially if those labs show us you've got issues. Build a quality supplement plan as need be. Lifestyle practice. Well, I get this a lot. Okay, so people want to get better, but they're out partying, or they're out drinking, or they're out doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, or they're engaging in activities that are wrong. You got to build a lifestyle practice that works for you to recover from these issues that you've had. If you are out, you are going all night, middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and you got to get up early, and you're doing this perpetually, obviously you're not going to get better. You're not going to heal. I've said this before because I track my sleep. I've got watches. I've got rings that track all this stuff. You guys can imagine, right? It tells me what's going on with my sleep. That is where your body recovers. Deep sleep, REM sleep. I've talked about this on many shows. Your body heals and recovers when you sleep. That's where you repair. You need sleep. You need to balance your lifestyle. Of course, I'm a personal trainer, so exercise matters. It does so many things for your hormones, your endorphins. It just, again, I've done 3, 4, 5 shows on just exercise and what it does to your body and the different hormones, the excitatory hormones. I love this stuff. I don't want to keep going on about it because I did it for many years and I don't train anymore. I got out of that business just because I want to go real deep on this stuff we're talking about today. Mindset. I think my last show was on mindset a couple weeks ago, but let's figure this one out. Without the mindset, without developing a plan, without administering that plan, without taking action, without the belief system, without the habits, you're doomed. Because if you don't have the right mindset, or you think you can't do it, and this just won't work for me, it's worked for other people, it just doesn't work for me. I come from a different background, I come from a different family, I'm just big boned, whatever. I mean, if you don't have the right mindset, folks, you will not get better. You've got to develop an ironclad mindset of getting better, and that you will get better, and you will get over your chronic issues caused by some of these concerns over the last couple of years, right? This is what we work on. People know who will listen to this when I work through their labs and I put them on a plan and I try to help them get better, whatever that may be, food, like I said, and then they're still struggling, or they need some more help or additional ongoing help. I have these calls pretty much every other day. And then we get into mindset. We get into what is going on between the ears, what is limiting them from going to where they want to go, or getting better, or finding the right job, the right spouse, whatever. What's stopping them from becoming optimal? Let's just leave it at that. Okay? So it's mindset. So folks, that's what we work on here at Interactive Body Balance. We have hundreds and hundreds of people we've helped in the past. We're blessed. I say this is just one of the many things that we do, but it's important. So if you're struggling with COVID or long COVID or any issues and you're not yourself, like I said, anything's off, run some of those labs to get yourself, to diagnose, I don't like that word, to understand what is going on. Now, I don't like that word diagnose, let's scrap that. To understand what is going on, to understand where you're at, the data matters. I always say data matters. Data matters. I'm a data guy, it matters. Where are we at? You got to measure it. And that's what I like to say. So get that, and then you can build those plans I talked about in the second part of the podcast, right? And this is what we do. All right. What about the admin? Okay, our first book, In the Transformation from Within, it's free on the website. Website's MikeDasick.com, interactivebodybalance.com. You can go get it. Download the book on the website. How to Restore Your Health. That's the second book. I think you can get free chapters over there, or download the book for $5, I think. These two books are for you guys. That's why they're priced. They took a long time to write, but they're for you guys to just enjoy and hopefully get you on your way. I already said the website, info@MikeDasick.com is where we get our emails, daily, as you can imagine. You've been working on the weekends here, but, that's what we do. In social media, Instagram, Mike Dasick. I put some stuff on our family and what's going on in our lives. Facebook, Mike Dasick, so MikeDaciuk. Twitter, same thing. I do that, folks. How do you want to say this? People have to walk the talk. A lot of people can talk about what they do or what they should do, but they don't actually live that life, right? So, they put up all this stuff, but they talk about what you should have, or they put up all this stuff, but if you really know them in real life, they don't really live by those, standards. We do. I've always said this, same guy at 7 in the morning as 11 at night, and lots of clients on here will know this is what we are, even on a Sunday, like I said, even on a long weekend, this is what we do. Our goal is to help and, we care for people, we help people, we want to see you become the best version of yourself. And I prefer that naturally too. So, for us, natural ways of living to become your best. And this is why we do these shows. I've been offered sponsors. I've been offered I like to share, I'm a transparent guy. I would say more than daily, probably a couple times a day, we have very prestigious people. I've said this before, like 6 months ago, reach out wanting to be on the show. So interviews, right? Doctors, Hollywood people. The show gets a lot of downloads, right? And they want to be on the show. And I may go that route, but I don't right now. I don't accept sponsors money. We offered free stuff. I don't accept that. My point is, though, is we do this because we care. It takes work. It takes effort, but we do it because we love our people that we do this podcast for. I hope you get that. As we grow down the road, maybe I'll interview. I was saying to my family as we're driving to the beach a couple days ago, I think it was, maybe, Friday or something, Thursday. Said maybe I'll do the interviews with these really, these influential, Harvard doctors reaching out, epidemiologists, everybody. I'm blessed, right? Models, right? It's maybe we'll do that. Maybe you guys want to hear that. Drop a comment if you do. We'll do it. I'll set it up. I'll interview them, and then I'll put it out there for you guys. I do these solo shows because we can get this 10 to 15 minute quick hitters packed full of information out to you. Let us know. Okay, what do I tell my kids every day? And I just spent a bunch of time with them this past week. We took, as I said, last 6-7 days off. Number one, kids, you got to work hard. I don't care what you say. There's no substitute for hard work. That is my mantra for years, decades. You got to work hard. Number two, right? It's so important. You got to add value to the world. You got to add your skills to the world. You're so unique. You got to add your skills to the world. People got to hear it and see it. 3, help other people. You know this. I said, go away, pull out chairs, open doors, get up your seat, volunteer your time. Give to charity where you can, donate to people, whatever you can do, help. And 4, we just finished up and we'll do more of it. You smile and have some fun. Go out, live life, live to the fullest, engage, be present. I love it. Okay? I hope you guys liked this show. If you did, send it to a friend, whatever you want to do. I just say this because in talking to so many people, I'm perplexed, or I guess it surprises me at how many people don't know this, or how many people are struggling. And that's why we do it. Okay? Live with passion, live with purpose, live with intent. Have yourselves a wonderful day, team, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.